Welcome back to Technocracy Zero Sum, the actual game portion of the game. Last time, you all were in the Copernicus research station. The one that didn't exist anymore? You think, maybe. And Matteo was in the middle of a very interesting situation. And now has a new friend inside of him.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I remember this.
Yep. And as you left, after Heather reconfigured some of the pattern spider's webbing to fuel the relic, the device, the mage thing that is in the bowels of this ship. You leave the cop, and you saw as the ship pulled away from this building in the middle of pitch darkness. But your ship's lights pick up all of these spheres, all of these round balls, hundreds of them, as far as you can see, just sitting there. And that's where we're starting game. I would like a perception check from all of you. Perception and alertness, please. Difficulty of 6.
Are those balls?
Yeah, they sure look like them.
Does astute apply?
No.
Okay. Damn.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
I'm loving these amethyst dyes more and more.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me a great first roll.
Okay. Feel free to talk about amongst yourselves for a second. I just gotta pull up a thing, and then I will tell you what you hear.
So,
What are we looking at exactly?
Those better not be space mines. Or eggs.
Space
I
eggs?
mean, what if they're portals to other dimensions? That's a thing, right?
As long as it's not alien.
Listen, I don't want no face-hugging aliens. But, I mean, we've had Spider Matrix, so that's the same thing, right? We've already had it.
Yeah, not really. Why are there balls in space? Wait, are these space balls? Space balls!
No, I think that's just a movie. Not that Aliens isn't a movie, but
I was gonna say Aliens is also a movie. All we know is
my thought is more that Alien is a movie that a Marauder would imitate.
There.
Versus Spaceballs. They all seem kind of murderous.
I mean, if you met the Spaceballs, they're all about stealing air and being murderers.
If you're looking
Plus,
for
Darth Helmet's pretty cool.
I miss Rick Moranis.
Right.
I mean, I don't really disagree. I mean, he took acting off to go be with his kids. That's kind of a noble gesture, really. But that's a lot of balls.
Yeah.
What do you think, Heather? Heather?
Yeah.
As they're kind of talking, You are the only one who catches this, but you hear the following from Heather. She makes a bit of a curious noise, and if you look over, you can see she's looking at her tablet. And she says, "What's up?" Talking to her tablet. The thing, the core or relic thing, I'm not sure what it's called. I've just been calling it the magic warp core thing. I should probably go check that out then. And then Heather walks off. You did not hear anybody talking back to her.
Heather? Huh. She was here.
Does Heather have one of the computer head implants too?
No, that's just me.
Why? Wait, she was here, right? Like, we didn't leave her on Copernicus?
She just walked out.
Oh, okay, I wasn't paying
After
attention.
talking to her computer and acting like it talked back.
I mean, there's
Loud.
Kibo's on the tablet. Maybe she was talking to Kibo. Kibo could maybe came up in speech, like, like a speech chat bubble.
Why wouldn't she just type then?
I don't know. You're asking me to
Make sense of Heather?
Yeah, that's a
stretch.
That is a Nolan job, not a me job.
No, it's not a Nolan job. Nolan did what?
I'm just saying it seems like she was being talked to in her head, which is unusual for her.
I wasn't speaking about myself in the third person. You brought up my name. Like, you said it was a Nolan job, and I'm like, it's not a Nolan job. It makes sense. I wasn't talking to myself in the third person. I'm not a robot.
Hey, we robots don't all talk in the third person.
Oh, sorry. That was probably pretty insensitive. I mean, you know what I mean, right? Like, I'm not a
computer.
Yeah, it's just gonna dig me a hole.
I mean, did she say anything? What was she saying? Did this just happen now? I don't remember hearing that. I must be. I think
like just now. She just walked out.
I did not.
You guys were distracted by the space balls.
That's pretty accurate.
That's a lot of balls.
Quick diagnostic on myself. See if I need an update on my software.
Okay, so
I'm fine.
Does somebody want to go check on Heather?
I mean, yeah, I can go check on Heather.
That sounds great. I'm gonna watch the balls.
All right.
Do we have a scanner?
You are the ball watcher.
I am the ball watcher.
I'm not trusting you with the scanner after you almost killed us the last time, Nolan.
I didn't almost kill. We were very
Yes,
far away
you
from
did. You cut off our oxygen. We kind of need that to survive.
Tegan, I did that one time. Once. We've all grown and changed since then, and I think that we need to put it behind us if we're to have a healthy working relationship.
You broke my trust by trying to override my protocols.
You didn't tell me not to override your protocols.
I'm pretty sure there was a thing that came up that said, Well,
but that wasn't you. That was a computer.
That I programmed.
Well, yeah, but you can't assume that I'm going to know that it was your computer that did it. Or that it was your... Just go check on...
I'll go check on Heather. Don't blow up the ship. If you do, I'm going to be really mad.
I mean, not for long.
I have a better chance of surviving than you do. And Tegan will walk out.
You know what? Over the course of history, that's probably not accurate. I'm like a cockroach.
Well, you said it, Nolan, not me.
What? I just meant Oh, my glasses. I dropped them. Hold on. Where did I put them? Glasses. Okay, we're good.
Which, focusing on that, you missed the fact that Sophia actually kind of grinned at you for a change instead of just having her normal dead expression.
Oh, really? I didn't have my glasses on. Was it good? Was it robotic? Does she have perfect teeth like one of the Terminators?
You'll never know.
Hmm. Honestly, I think it'd be kind of scary if she was happy. Like she was about to eat me or something.
Potentially.
Who said that?
Following Tegan. Following Tegan. Do you... is there any place in particular you go looking for Heather? Or do you perhaps ask Sophia what Heather was saying so that maybe you have a clue?
Yeah, I think after a bit, Tegan leaves, and then like 10 seconds later, she walks back in the room. Did she mention where she was going?
Sophia will repeat what she heard and leave you to your
Warp core.
own.
Okay.
Own.
Go to the warp core. Turn around,
Translation, I
walks back
suppose.
up.
Cool. Yeah, you head on down and you see Heather kind of poking at the device and looking at it, and it's making this like chugging noise, like a car that isn't quite started.
Mm.
Maybe a flooded engine kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And so she seems to be consulting her tablet, and she maybe says some stuff to it, but I didn't pull that part of the seeking, so I'm not sure. But you only hear Heather's side of things. You don't hear Kibo.
Mm-hmm.
I know
No.
you've listened to the seeking, so.
Yeah. Heather?
No answer.
Okay.
She seems fully engrossed in what she's doing.
Okay. Heather, if you are listening to me at any point in your subconscious, let me know if everything's okay. You are gonna play with that, and I guess try not to blow us up. I'm gonna go
She just
scan some balls.
She gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah.
So she heard you in some way.
Yeah. Then I guess Tegan will turn around and then make her way to back to the cockpit control panel and do some scans before.
Back to the cockpit to watch some balls? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Gotta love ball watching.
You missed it. They almost
Yeah.
bounced into the corner of the view screen.
Oh, they're moving now.
No. But if you kind of move your head, they do.
You all have been kind of drifting through this field of these spheres. Not going super fast. Possibly because Heather's often the one who's doing some of the piloting, and she seems busy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right, let's do some scans. And Tegan would love to scan some balls.
absolutely. What kind of scans would you like to do?
I think I would like to do a combination to try and. So Tegan has multiple spheres. So can I try and use data, like mix with the computer's scanners, but then also like try and gain matter forces and entropy as well with them?
Sure. Yeah, you can do it.
Right.
You can either do them separately, in which
Mhm.
case it would be multiple rolls, or you
Yeah.
could do one roll that is a higher difficulty.
Let's do multiple rolls.
then yeah, give me a roll for every scan you want to do, and just let me know your successes. Difficulty of just 6 for all of them.
Okay.
Actually, no,
So
5 because you're using the ship's computers, so 5.
All right. So entropy first. That's 3 successes for entropy.
Okay.
That's a botch for forces. That's great.
What?
And that is. Oh, if that one wasn't there, it would have been 3, but 2 successes for matter.
Okay. Were you gonna scan with data as well?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a roll for that.
That's 4 successes.
Cool. Okay.
And a 10 that automatically explodes. I forgot that.
Yeah.
10s explode.
Yeah. 10s.
Oh, it's
they do in this one. Yeah.
5 successes.
There you go. Okay. Something goes weird with your forces scan. You're getting really strange like feedback from these. You're not sure what that is and whether they're causing it or there's something in the ship's computers going awry or what. But you're just getting static back. There's a brief moment of like that really high pitched squeal of when you phone a fax machine of like, you're just like, nope,
Nope.
stop that.
Hang up.
Yeah, hang up, call back later. Call a different number. And you don't get much from the matter scan except that these are they're made of metal that's been like reinforced. That's the best you get off of your matter scan. Your data scan comes back with really interesting information because your computer picks up that every single one of these has been assigned a 7-digit number.
Ooh.
That's been just encoded into like the essence of its existence. And your entropy scan, about half of these, just like in the general sweep that we're going to say your scans are doing, about half of the spheres that you pick up are like you get back this feeling of cold, dark decay.
Huh. Okay.
But only from about half of them. The other half don't ping that way. They don't ping off entropy at all.
Huh. Okay. Sophia, you mentioned space mines, right?
Well, yeah, they kind of are just floating there like, I don't know, sea mines, so space mines.
You may not be wrong about that. They're all made of reinforced metal, have computers with a 7-digit code assigned to each one of them, and about half of this sense of cold, dark decay.
I don't love that.
No, not at all. So, space mines, definitely, but maybe not explosion, maybe implosion, black hole, kind of?
don't like that either.
No.
None of these
If
seem
the
like
balls
good
are going to lead to a
options.
black hole.
I don't know. What would you assign with cold and dark decay? That makes me think of black hole. It absorbs light and
But it's not
heat and
cold. Black holes are
everything.
one of the hottest things in the universe. Right?
As you all
'Cause-
contemplate that, you hear and sort of feel a bit of something powering down on the ship. You haven't stopped moving. It's not the engines, but something has powered down.
Wasn't me.
Uh,
Wasn't me. I wasn't
it's-
touching the scanners.
No, I think it's Heather. She's playing with the warp core and not answering any questions of mine. She's acting like, well, she acknowledged my presence, but didn't really respond.
How
So
does that
I don't know if you
weird?
want to talk to her, but she's not.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. We're
So-
dead in the water, right?
In what sense?
We don't have the room.
No,
Our
we have the
engine's off.
room. Heather's playing with the warp core, not the engines.
So we can just drive away from the balls?
Yeah, I think we can drive away from the balls. I don't think we can like use the magic portal thing.
So what would happen, do you think, if we hit one, though?
Oh, I don't want to find out.
I kind of do. We have...
I-
I mean, vaguely, just for scientific curiosity, but I'd rather see something else hit it, not me.
Well, we have
We-
functioning weapons, don't we?
No, nothing explosive. Do we have any more corpses in the corpse closet?
I mean, there's the
Yeah.
corpse closet.
Quite a few.
Let's throw a corpse at them.
All right.
Well,
Do we have
corpses
any
aren't generally
spacesuits?
explosive. At least not till they're really rotten.
Well, do you know how long they've been sitting in the corpse closet for?
Yeah, since we put them in there.
Yeah, so I think they're
Just
getting
wondering
the
if
what?
corpses-
No, you need to be in a sealed container for that.
Well, we are in space. How are you going to fling it?
Load up into the torpedo bays? Do we have torpedo bays or do we have laser beams? Forget.
Do we have any propellant to do that? Torpedoes
I
normally
was
have
thinking
some
we just
sort
put
of,
on a suit and throw them out.
Do we have any suits?
Unless you're hiding suits in your room, Nolan.
Just this kind.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite gonna work.
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
pretty
you
good,
can
but-
try if you really want to.
Yeah, you be my guest, Nolan, if you want to spacewalk.
I mean, I do want a spacewalk, but I don't think I probably should. Fine, I guess we could shoot one. Shoot one of the ones on the far end that's away from the others.
Oh, like, yeah, I was gonna definitely try and do that.
Unless they're all equidistant. It's kind of hard to tell at this angle.
Yeah. Tegan's gonna try and shoot one of these things that's far away, and she's gonna try and dumb down the power to try and like shoot it with the least amount of like.
She's
Impulse?
poking it at a distance, essentially.
Exactly, I'm basically
Cool,
gonna
cool.
poke it.
Just let's see what will
Cool.
happen.
Oh no.
You're setting phasers to stun. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, stun, not kill.
Cool. Are you aiming for one of the ones that feels like decay or one of the other ones?
I think Tegan's gonna go with her hunch of the fact that the ones that have no decay are probably inactive. So I think Tegan will start with one of those, and then if her hypothesis is correct, she will then try a decay one and see what happens. She wants to know how
Okay.
fucked they are if they shoot them both.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. Give me. Do you have like hypertech weapons?
I
or-
have cybernetic weaponry as a specialty in firearms.
Do you have energy weapons? I'm trying to remember what some of the
Ooh,
skills are.
No, I do not have energy weapons. I just have.
Do you have firearms?
I have firearms, and I have a specialty in cybernetic weaponry. In
I
that.
Cool.
have
I'm not gonna
firearms
give you-
energy weapons if Tegan needs any help.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna give you your specialty in cybernetic weapons because cybernetic weapons are basically from you. So this is
Yeah, that's fair.
the ship, right?
Could I
but-
try and use intelligence and computer engineering to try and like manipulate the laser beam so that then Sophia can shoot it and hopefully not either like give a bonus to her roll so that she doesn't botch or anything like that majorly in any way?
Let's do that. That sounds good.
Sweet.
So yeah, roll me that. We're gonna say it is difficulty 6. This is mostly actually technocratic like controls and stuff because they updated stuff. So
yeah. So does computer engineering apply?
Yes.
Sweet. Difficulty 6, eh? Okay. Holy shit, I rolled 3 10s. What?
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're starting off with 9 successes.
What the?
Yeah. Okay.
Was that on the bloodstone dice?
It was not. I saved those ones specifically for vampire, so those ones are not. These are pink.
Oh, very
Pink
nice, very
dice.
nice. So I'm
It's
just
just-
finding the stone dice roll really, really well.
It's what Tegan was built for. Literally this moment.
This is Tegan's moment right here.
So. Okay.
You just hear.
So, yeah, Sophia, if you do like dexterity and energy weapons, your difficulty is going to be 3.
Okay.
Because of that, I'm not giving you more. I wouldn't probably normally give you more dice, except she's trying to power it down and not power it up. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Alrighty. That is 5 successes.
Cool. Roll me 4 dice and tell me how many above 6 or 6 and above you get.
Well, fuck.
Oh.
1, 1, 2, 3.
That's okay. You do hit it, but
Do
you can power it
nothing.
down enough that it doesn't do anything. It just hits it, but it doesn't set it off. Like nothing explodes. It just kind of rocks in space a little as it gets hit, but it doesn't seem to be damaged at all.
It's the
Okay,
first time I rolled double
so
ones ever
that's
in a mage game.
crazy. So it looks like we can bump into the non-active ones and not explode. So that's good to know.
It's a good
At
start.
least as long as we're not bumping very hard.
No. Try shooting one of, and Tegan will point out one of the decaying ones at that same power. See what happens, and then if nothing happens to that one, then I'll turn up your amperage and we can see what happens if it explodes.
All right. So that's my dex and firearms again, and then
Same roll. Difficulty 3, because she basically aimed it for you, and you're just like, "Dee-doo."
that's 6 successes this time.
Nice. Okay, roll me 5 dice. It's basically you get 1 success to hit it, and then the rest is
And this was over 6, correct?
yes.
3, one of which was a 10.
Okay. That one hits it, and like little dandelion fluff balls. It just kind of poofs and just like dust, and it almost disintegrates, but it's not from the amperage of the thing. It just seems like there was nothing left in that one.
Interesting.
What'd I miss? What's going on?
I mean, so maybe it's not a black hole. There's just nothing left to them?
Potentially. They seem to kind of, I don't know, be eaten away.
Yeah.
Huh.
I feel like I'm gonna regret turning up the power to try and destroy one of the non-ones. But I feel like for science, we should.
Well, I suppose, as long as we figured out that it's not going to hurt us if we run into them, I wonder what is going to set them off.
Yeah.
What do these things look like again besides balls, Jen?
Metal balls.
They're like, yeah, they're not really a shiny metal. They're kind of a dull gray, large, like, it's hard to tell the size in space, but these look, I'm gonna use this example. Don't read a bunch into it, because I'm using this as an example because it's what you have to measure by. It looks like it could be like an escape pod from a ship kind of size. Like it's
okay, so it's not
sizable.
super huge. Like, but it's not like super huge. Like I was picturing
they're not
like
bigger than your ship. They're not bigger than your ship.
Yeah.
They
20
probably
bucks.
wouldn't be like pods attached to your ship because they seem a little bit bigger than that, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna
There
do
may be,
a
like-
quick scan if I can to see if there's any mind patterns among them.
sure thing.
Nice. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty of 6.
That's 3 successes.
Cool. How are you doing this mind scan?
I think just basically doing using some of the equipment from the actual ship, checking for any type of neurosynapses or electrical functions that could be synonymous with mind patterns.
Okay. The speakers of like the PA system inside the cockpit start suddenly, like, they flare to life, and at first it's this loud, high-pitched noise, much like the fax machine noise, but loud, high-pitched, and then you realize that it's the sound of 1,000 screams together coming over the PA. You can all hear this because
I
the
don't like
computer
that.
systems.
Oh, that is unpleasant. Can you turn that off, Nolan, please?
I'm gonna turn
please?
the dial.
Yeah, it turns off.
Oh, what was that? What did you just scan?
I was scanning to see if there were any mines out there.
And all of them screamed back.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe no more shooting the
What?
balls. They can think.
No, No, yeah,
That's
yeah.
unpleasant.
Let's not shoot the balls.
I hope they're not mad that we blew up one of their friends. Should have thrown a corpse at him.
I mean, if there were people, I feel like that'd be a little bit more traumatic.
They're in a ball. Come on. Grow up. I'm kidding. They are in a ball. Like, I don't think it would really matter to them as much as getting blown up.
Could all of you give me another perception check? Perception
Oh
and
boy.
alertness. Difficulty of 7 because it's difficult to see.
Oh boy, here I go. Being one success. All right, cool.
I rolled a few 7s and then a 1, so that's 1 success again.
0 successes because I rolled 2 1s again.
Oh, so you botched.
No. They canceled
no.
out. They canceled stuff out. But
Oh, okay.
yeah. So no successes, but
But
No
still.
successes.
Many ones.
that's a first.
Your dice are not liking you today.
They
with
liked
the
me, and then
ones.
they decided they didn't. My
Because
goodness.
they didn't like
wow.
being like they're shy. You told everybody
shy.
to
Fine.
too much.
Oh, you talked him up. They got little performance anxiety, and we're like, no, I'm shy.
I was gonna say maybe they're just saving up for later.
That's
Concern,
not
Jen.
ominous at all.
Concern, Jen.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. Nolan and Tegan, you're kind of talking back and forth, and you both look outside, and you can see one of these spheres isn't perfectly sphere-shaped. There is a single it's not a dent, it's the opposite of a dent, but it's a handprint that seems to be pushing out. Bulge, yes, that would be it. Just a single handprint.
Is that one
pushing
about
out
to
one of the
hatch?
spheres. It's not moving or anything, it's just, it looks like it's there.
Was that one of the ones? Was Tegan able to tell if that is one of the ones that was cold, or was that one of the ones that was not cold?
It's one of the ones that was not cold.
Okay. So it might be trying to hatch. That is one of the ones that's not the cold, decaying ones. So it may be trying to live.
Okay.
What the fuck are we doing?
Why aren't we driving
Where-
away from this?
Are we? Well, we're surrounded by balls. I don't think we can go anywhere that's not just balls in our face.
Reminding you of college, or
What?
Huh?
Oh.
it was a joke about sexual promiscuity? I didn't mean it. I was just trying to make levity since we're in the middle of a minefield of eggs.
People?
Yeah.
No,
My
I was
favorite.
more of a taco fanatic, but in college especially.
Yeah, cheers to that. Me too. Mostly, I think. Okay. Now what? Sophia, your damage control. What would you do in this situation if you were the boss?
All right, so we're pretty sure they're living, and there's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, if I'm the boss, that means I have 2 and a half workers. I'm not really counting Heather because she's not here. Retreat and get more firepower.
Captain, we can't retreat.
And then kill them all.
We're surrounded on all sides by balls.
Are they eggs?
I mean,
And how wait, and they're like escape pod sized like balls?
Yep.
How big does mommy have to be to lay eggs that size? And where is it?
that is a terrifying thought that there is a creature that lays metal eggs full of people.
Are they full of people? Are we sure? Or is it just screaming, so sentient? Or at
I
least
mean, they're
sapient?
screaming, and I mean, Tegan will point out on the screen where there's the one with like the handprint bubbling out. I mean,
Oh,
that
that
looks like a
blue.
human hand, but I mean, it could not be.
It could be a maker's mark. Could be all sorts of different. It could just be like broadcast transmissions, like when we sent like our nudes into space.
Or is it something that mimics humans?
Something that collects them.
Food?
Hmm.
Is it? Do they shove a human in there like an egg sack for food? Jen's just loving us going off crazy directions, coming up with weird ass
Oh,
shit
yeah.
as we go.
Oh yeah. It's great.
So you scanned, we got screams.
Do you want to just push through them?
Yeah.
Just forget this existed.
We're just gonna
Until we
forget
have
they're
more
there and push
firepower.
right through them.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of scan did you use? Is there anything else we could probably scan with to see if
I
we
mean,
can-
I tried. I did some. I figured out that they have a 7-digit code, which I guess. Is there anything in the Technocracy, Jen, that specifically is coded with 7 digits only?
What an interesting question, Tegan. Or Robin specifically, but could Tegan make me a intelligence and politics would be 1, investigation, even technology I'd take. You just have a harder difficulty.
I'll
Or
do
something else if you want to.
Yeah, it's either I'll do technology for int and technology.
Int and technology, difficulty 8.
Are you asking any of that out loud about the...
Oh yes,
Okay.
100%. She is 100%
On that note,
speaking out loud.
I think Sophia might go, is this something that reality deviants come up with?
Cool.
Can she
Yeah,
try
if you want to
and,
make me that roll.
So, would that be esoterica? That's what I've got reality defense specialty in.
Sure. It'll just be a harder difficulty. You'll also be at
Okay.
difficulty 8.
Okay. But I can reroll 10s!
Yes. If
Yeah, does analytical apply for this or no?
yes, actually it would.
Oh, I get a reroll a 10.
What would I be
Nice.
adding to this? Would this be int?
Int, yes. Yeah, it's kind of a remembering
Memory-based thing
thing.
versus a thinking on the
Yeah.
fly thing.
3 successes for Tegan.
Is Nolan gonna make a similar roll?
I think it was a little outside of his wheelhouse, but what were the rolls again? It was
Intelligence and something. So politics is like my preferred, but
Yep, I don't have
something
it.
like Tegan's doing technology.
Technology.
Sophia's doing esoterica. Nice, Sophia.
I'll do cosmology.
Yes, that would also work. That one's actually going to be a difficulty of 7 for you.
Oh, that makes me nervous.
Hey, 2 successes.
Okay,
Nice.
excellent. I'm going to start with Sophia. Sophia, you've heard rumors. Not that this is something created by reality deviants, but this is something potentially reality deviants were afraid of. You don't know much more than that, but it's not caused by them. You know that for sure.
Do I have
Tegan?
any words associated with it that could be considered like naming? Or how people would refer to it? Basically something I could say that might help trigger stuff for them.
Yeah. Yes. You only know the phrase null B.
Anybody recognize the term null B?
No.
Are you saying
And-
Nell or Null?
Null.
Null. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Null B. Tegan and Nolan. Especially going off of what Sophia has just said. You've heard of a technocratic construct known as Null B. They would capture reality deviants, put them in prison spheres, and send them into deep space. The prison spheres would keep them alive for as long as they wanted to be alive. They were coded with 7 digits.
Mm-hmm. Holy shit. Those are prison spheres. There are reality deviants alive in there. Holy
How
shit.
did they get all the way out here?
How did we
I'm
get
guessing
out here?
That's something to do with the Void Engineers.
Like, honestly,
Holy
how
shit.
did we get out here?
That's a great question.
And why are we here?
Maybe someone's trying to show us something.
No, so you really did kill one.
Maybe it was already dead.
I mean, it was a
Oh,
reality
wait,
deviant.
you shot one of the ones that felt hollow, right?
Decayed, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a corpse then.
Yeah.
No. It makes sense. That makes sense then. So if they choose to die, that's probably what they leave behind, like a rotten egg. I'm not trying to make you feel better right now, Tegan. It's the logical solution. If I was trying to make you feel better, I'd lay it on thicker. I think you're actually right there. So you got lucky.
How many, like, are we talking like hundreds, Jen, that are around here?
Hundreds. And Nolan, I'll give you this little bit of extra because of your history, but you're pretty sure Null B operated mostly in the 90s.
Do we have like a grippy arm on this ship? gonna check the controls. Do we have a grippy arm? Let's see.
The ship does not have a grippy arm.
What, like the Canada arm on the space station?
I don't know. I haven't paid attention, but like a claw machine. You know, like that claw. I was thinking. I don't think the Union would really stand for this these days, and this is some old shit.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, they're reality deviants, but they're also eternally captured in space. Seems a little.
Well, if we want to be merciful,
little.
we can work on killing them all. I mean, they're probably batshit insane by now.
I can check.
Wouldn't it be merciful?
Okay, go check, Nolan.
I will.
Yeah. I mean, if it's going to be a mercy to kill them, I think rather than eternal suffering would be
Why
a
don't we
fair death for...
Well, if they're not insane, why don't we just pick them up? Or at least a bunch of them.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they're not insane, if they're insane, we can probably give them a merciful death.
No, if they're not insane, why don't we just take them on the ship?
I'd like to not invite potentially insane mages onto the ship.
If they're not insane, if they are insane, if they're gone beyond rehabilitation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing, Nolan.
Oh, are we? Okay, it seemed like you were saying the opposite. I think I misunderstood what you were saying.
No, I'm 100% agreeing that if they're not insane, we can bring them on the ship.
Okay,
if
then I need
insane,
some science
we
help
kill
because
them.
I can do some psychological testing on them, but I have no way of communicating. I'm a talk therapist, and I use chemicals, and they're in prison spheres in the vacuum of space. So I need a medium through which I can transmit sound, or light.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can manipulate both sound and light, especially
Yeah, I bet you can.
the computer.
If we rewire, can you rewire the stuff so that I can transmit sound through a laser?
Yeah,
or through
sure.
through a laser spectrum?
Yeah, I can probably do that.
Great. I can work on a speech right now.
Cool.
Cool. I guess we can just probably push the rest by and fly off, though. I feel like we're here for a reason, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sophia, you in? What do you think?
What are we trying to do?
The right thing.
Whose right thing?
I don't know.
Because
Like,
everybody has a different definition.
no, I don't think
A
that there's a
different
right that. I don't think there's a right thing that involves throwing people into eternal solitary confinement. There are tons of studies that say that even a week in solitary confinement in a prison on Earth with potentially a window is catastrophically damaging.
Are we planning to restart the Technocratic Tradition War?
I don't think that we could if we wanted to. We kind of won.
Yeah, if we drop a whole bunch of, like, imprisoned traditions back out in freedom with their mind bending and reality bending bullshit, it might very well restart.
And so you'd rather just leave them out here?
I mean, I don't know why they got put in there, but I'm assuming it was for a good reason.
Counterpoint. Whose good reason?
That's what I'm asking. Are you, like... Because it sounds like your good reason currently is the traditional good reason, not the technocratic good reason.
Are you questioning loyalty?
I'm questioning releasing a bunch of the enemy.
They're people.
They're enemies. They're what I get sent in to clean up on a regular basis.
You get sent in to clean up werewolves and vampires and fairies.
And the outcome of what they do.
We're just as bad.
I'm not paid to have opinions on what the higher-ups do.
I was sent in on a cleanup mission in Seattle in 2013. Should have seen some of the shit that the union in Seattle did in 2013 and 14. It was ridiculous. Somebody tried to awaken a company. Or enlighten a company. Oops.
How would that even work?
Wait, like...
Yeah, they used... Yeah, like giving it a soul. They tried one of this big syndicate bigwig tried to like awaken a company by giving it a soul through a loophole created by the Citizens United Supreme Court decision that gave it personage. It kind of worked. Then it kind of blew up. And then a syndicate member kind of shot. It was a long story, but then she shot herself in the head. There was a lot of shooting in the head. Anyway, I'm just saying, the technocracy is messed up. The union makes mistakes. We all do.
Yeah, I agree. Blind faith is not necessarily. I know that is what we are.
Besides, we could
trained
probably
and
use
taught
some
on
crew
to
people
do.
who actually know how to fly this thing.
I mean, at this point, yeah, we're using a. I am on the exact same page as you normally, Sophia, with this, but
they're also been imprisoned for how long by our people, and there's 3 of us right now.
But that's why we'd take them and do their interviews. But we are on a reality deviant.
Oh, just call him Mage's its bastard.
We're making runs
with technocracy.
I'm sure you and Heather are perfectly competent at running it.
It's a lot easier to use their philosophy. We're having to bend this machine to try.
I'm just saying, if we release them, we're going to get stabbed in our sleep. And probably spaced.
I mean, we may not. We may get.
I doubt that.
Thanks.
We also don't technically have to release them right away. We can just pick up the pods. They're not that big. We have room in the mess hall. They're self-sustaining, so they won't eat into our life support system. We've got a cargo bay. Not a big one, but we've got one.
That many?
I didn't say for that many. I mean, how many of them are likely to be sane? Watch like 99% of them be, then look egg on my face. But like, I'm just saying we should probably try to do something. You might not believe that right thing exists, but it's something.
I generally have a fairly good sense of self-preservation.
And we keep them in a part of a ship that is cut off from the rest of us, and if they act
yes, but you just talked about pulling them out and using them. Rescue the pods if you want. The higher-ups can deal with it later. But we can't trust taking them out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not
I
saying.
don't think we're gonna get lumped into this mystical savior status after our people put them in there. I think we're gonna get tarred with the same brush. Or at least they'll act like, oh, yay, you saved us. Yeah, we'll help you. And then it'll be like, space.
I mean, I could make sure that they were helpful, but yeah, fair. Yeah, okay.
I mean, is that any different than putting them in a pod?
Yeah.
Mentally
bit.
conditioning them to do what you want?
Well,
feel like
I
that's a
mean,
different
it
prison.
would be a temporary thing. It would basically just be the
I
equivalent
see.
of giving them an antipsychotic. But yeah, fair.
My idea is like, let them out so they're more space, but then keep them in a confined area. If we need them later, we
They're
can
getting
ask
any
them
more space than
questions.
I don't think we are prepared to confine traditions.
I don't think so.
I do not have any of the stuff set up to be able to try and control the bullshit that they get up to. And I
If
think
they
out
can-
here, their way of doing things that relies just on imagination
Yeah,
is going
that's
to work
fair.
a lot better.
Yeah, you're right. That Marianne chick was.
From what I hear, terrifying. I'm really glad I did not encounter that. I did not enjoy all the zombies climbing on the ship.
It was pretty fun, actually. Bow.
Tegan just gets a 1,000-yard stare.
All right,
thinking
Tegan,
about what
set up the lasers.
we've got.
Let's pew pew.
Yeah.
The talkie
Let's
pew pew, not the blasty pew pew.
Yeah, no blasty until we need to blasty.
Team Rocket
All right,
blasting
you're
off
mimicking
again.
laser sound. Okay, I get it. For a moment
Okay.
there, she was thinking you were talking about like skunk pew.
Pepe Le Pew?
Le Pew.
Okay, so.
Okay. Yeah, Tegan would like to wire the lasers to fire sound instead of
Light?
energy.
Lasers?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Basically,
lasers.
yeah, so it transfers via light through a vacuum. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you have enough forces to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Gear Force is 4 now?
So,
Gear
What?
Force is 4 now?
Oh, do you have to be forces 4?
No, but Forces 4 makes it easy.
No, I don't have forces 4. But I have data. So
you do have forces 3.
Forces 3 is
Yes.
enough to convert to energy types.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't need the data per se because you're working through the computer to change the
Mm.
like you're
Yeah.
changing it from the source, which is the ship, and then
Mm-hmm.
I guess you kind of need data to like go over. You have enough data to do it anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
just because you're not like right at the thing that fires it, so
Yeah.
but luckily that's what computers are for. Yeah,
Exactly.
give me an Arete roll or an enlightenment roll with let's see.
I'm gonna spend a willpower so I don't botch this roll.
Nice. Jesus, my brain froze for a second there. Difficulty of 6.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be a total of 4.
Nice. Yeah, you're like, oh, wait. I'm not saying that this is the way it was set up, but it's almost you're like, oh wait, I can just like flip this switch.
Flip the switch. Pew.
Switch.
All right,
Like,
you're
it's a little more
good.
convoluted than that, but
Yeah.
feels simple to you.
All right, Nolan, you are good for sound.
All right, here we go. Hold on one sec. Let me just... Okay, these guys were all from the 1990s.
Backstreet's back. All right.
1990s, 1990s, 1990s. That code. Okay. I am going to spend a little bit of time doing magic enhancing abilities. If you don't mind, to lower my difficulty. I'm going to spend some time.
You have some time, so
Cool.
feel free.
I'm going to use intelligence and empathy to try to remember the social codes that were broadcast through commercials back in the 90s.
Okay.
And that's 1, 2. 2 successes. I'll take it to lower my difficulty. So, and then I am going to get on the microphone. I'm going to use Mind Magic, Mind 4, to do a generalized broadcast, using social programming as my specialty. And I am going to basically just do a litmus test to see whose mind pattern doesn't register. So just really quick blanket. I'm basically going to use a mass spectrum aura perception, and I'm going to look for mind patterns that are not listing as damaged.
Cool.
Because you can check for insanity using aura perception.
You can indeed. Is Nolan looking for a particular level? Like,
I'm gonna look for, basically I'm checking for the least amount of brightness. I'm looking for the dim bits.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm assuming some are gonna be so bright I'll have to look away from them. But some are might be barely on. So he's going to lean into the microphone and go, is this thing on?
The sound goes out.
Amber Cantaloupe FF 928 alphanumeric Schrodinger. Test. Can you hear me? Alphanumeric 1121 864 Cardinal. Ooh. What's my difficulty?
This is for the Mind 4?
Yeah. So it's at -2 difficulty.
Yep.
I've got minimum 3 successes already.
Cool. Actually, yeah, you'd be, with the -2, your difficulty 4.
I have 5 successes on this.
Nice. Excellent.
And so basically the premise behind this is that he is tapping into subconscious social cue routines that were broadcast during commercials during the 80s and 90s on a wavelength that is only perceptible by the back of the human consciousness.
Fantastic.
Which means that anybody raised during this era has that code embedded in their brain on loop.
Yay.
Yay!
All I'm thinking of is a Doctor Who now.
I thought of this before it came to me in a dream.
It's the coding from that time period. Right? It's the millennial coding. And are you how is Nolan receiving the information? Are you receiving it in like light, or are you receiving it in some other form? I just want to know how to explain or how to describe this.
I think, you know what, if it's coming back via sound, he'll plug it into a pair of headphones and basically do it radar style, so.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep,
Okay.
beep, 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 beep.
Perfect. Yeah. There are a lot of strong signals out here. And you try to filter them down. The only things that you're not getting a signal from are the... if you ask Tegan, they're the ones that flashed up as decaying and potentially empty.
We're talking
Those
strong
ones
signals?
Those ones aren't giving any signals at all. And then everything else is very strong. There is some variation, but you're looking at everything being at least, let's say it's a scale of 1 to 10. Most of what you're getting is in the 7 to 10 range.
Anything below a 5?
There are
No.
a few in the 4 to 6 range. Like, we're talking 2 or 3 spheres out of all of them.
What's the prognosis, Doc?
Maybe 2 or 3. Maybe. Still would probably take years of psychotherapy and probably conditioning. But 2 or 3 maybe. Which I would say is worth it to get. At the very least 2 or 3, Sophia, you'll probably feel a little more comfortable with that. Or even if they got out of the spheres, we wouldn't be outnumbered then.
That's fair.
But-
Let's just do our best to keep them contained.
Of course. So, I'll... Hold on. Do you mind if I touch the control panel? I can mark them.
That'd be great.
Okay, this one, and it's either this one or that one. If we get closer, I'll be able to tell.
Okay.
The question is, how the hell do we get them? Do we have a tractor beam? Can you make a tractor beam? You could probably make a tractor beam. You made a laser. We could, if we fly by, you could probably route some of the flux capacitor in or something.
Yeah, I could use some of the propulsion from our jet as our impulse as we go by. I could rig
I don't
a
spacesuits.
beam to reverse that portion and turn it from propulsion to impulsion and drag it with us.
All right, make it so.
Okay. Tegan's gonna try and make a tractor beam.
There's so much science this episode.
I love it. It's so good. It's so good.
Feels
We're
like real
technocrats, damn it.
technocrats.
Right, we're technocrats. Let's go. This is physics, which is a little outside of my wheelhouse for my degree, but you know,
It's all
grade 12
physics.
physics is coming back. Physicists would think that it's all physics. Then you have mathematicians which think it's all math, which it is. It's math, physics, and then the rest of sciences, but
Right.
it all starts with math, guys.
And ends with math.
And then starts again with math.
Yep. Okay. So,
Rattray roll or a layman roll?
yeah. Okay. You're. It's basically just another Forces 3, like converting of
Yeah,
energy.
basically to time it with our computer that when we fly back, like fly by it, there's like a certain portion of the jet engine or however we're moving that there's like a certain portion of it without suddenly switch from push to pull. Is that what she's trying to do?
Okay, yeah, that's even forces 2. Yeah, that's easy.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll call that difficulty 4.
Sweet. Oh fuck! That was.
Did we just bounce them
That's
off each other?
No, that's one success, thankfully. But I rolled 2, 3, 3, and then 6. So I got one success on that Rattray roll or enlightenment roll. God damn, I'm a mage at heart.
Okay. I will say that it's a little harder than you expected it to be. The engines don't like being reversed in even part of them. Don't like it.
Yep.
You have enough. You managed to get enough pull to get one, like the first of these spheres as you're kind of slowly, like the closest one as you're kind of slowly approaching it, because you're still just drifting forward. You have a bit of propulsion in just the like, hey, we left dock, and then you got out here and you're like, wait, what the fuck is this? So you know, you're not going super fast or anything. You managed to grab the first one. You can make additional rolls for the next one.
Okay.
The other ones, you're like, maybe I got it now, and
Yeah.
it'll be a difficulty 5, but you can make the roll.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, that's one success again. That one would have made it 2, but
Okay.
there's one
You
success.
grab the second one. And as you're approaching the third, the ship's starts it's not you're familiar with tech, and so you know this isn't a really bad shaking, but it is starting to shake just a little bit from like extra weight that it's pulling in a weird spot. Right? That's
Yep.
you're like, oh, maybe I should try the other engine so it's a little more balanced.
Yeah. You're not starting to just like drift on one side.
And the steering's a little bit more difficult. You're like, wait, as you try to get over towards where the last ones are that he marked.
Yeah.
And you can give me one more roll, difficulty 6.
All right, I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay.
Thank you, random, in the chat from the last time. I'm back down to 1 now, but hey, it was useful.
Yeah.
Which I'm grateful, because that would have been a fail. Because I rolled a 9 and a 1, and then 2 3s, so that is 1 success again. Because that willpower did it.
It did. And as you get close, Nolan points out specifically which one is
The one.
The one. It was hard to tell because the other one was just significantly brighter, so you couldn't tell if it was like both at a 7 or one was at a 10 and one was at a like 6 or 5. So the other engine grabs that one, and you've got 3 pods following your ship.
I mean, if I can hold it there now, the ship may not be performing at its best, but until we figure out what to do, we could try and just hold them on like this until the ship says it's a problem. I got them on outside the engines.
Good. Can we magnetize them to the side? They're made of metal, right?
Yeah, they're made of metal.
Magnets. How do they work?
I mean, again, it's magnets and it's physics.
All right. Sophia?
Matter and
Which one of you
Yeah,
can fly
Sophia?
this thing?
I mean, Heather's the best. I have a little bit of experience flying, but Heather's the best one.
Well, Heather's occupied right now, so maybe,
Sophia, do you fly?
No.
I would've
Okay.
thought like attack helicopters or something.
I might be able to. Pass me the manual. I would like to hypercram, please, Jen.
Yes! I was
Yeah.
looking at my sheet, I was like,
Hypercram,
please
I
let
have
me
2
have
points of
hypercram.
flying.
Nice. Yeah, because I only have 1 point of
Alright.
helmsman, so if you can hypercram and get 2 points, that'd be good.
I can't remember how this works, but I just know it does.
Yeah. Du-du-du.
You could have been flipping through the manual while we were getting like flying and trying to
It's
get
true.
to these.
I think it's
And then I
generally like
think-
you spend like what a bit of
I'm
time.
trying to see if I can find it quickly.
I haven't had to use this yet. This is
Well,
great.
that's-
I use this all the time with my last Technocrat.
Well, didn't you use it for the gravity stuff with the fight when Heather turned off the gravity?
Probably.
Mm,
I
mhm.
don't remember now.
Yeah, it was a while ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just used to use it all the time when we did our first Technocracy game. Like every single day I was hypercramming something, it felt like.
Fair. Yeah.
So I was like, well, we're about to go into this sort of mission, so let's add this skill to my roster. It's actually very, very
yeah.
useful.
Hey, Kelly, do you remember how it works? Because I can't remember if there's specifics.
Hypercram? Basically, you
yeah.
make I believe you make a meditation roll, difficulty 8. But...
Well, perception plus dream, it's saying here.
Oh, okay.
So that's Tradition's version.
Yeah, we determined it's perception plus hypercram, and then difficulty 6, and she succeeded, so she now has 2 dots of helmsman until the quote-unquote task is completed. Which I'm gonna say, at the very least, you have it till the end of game, and then we'll see whether you still need it for next game. So
Okay. Sounds good.
cool.
Yeah, and it's saying if you have the ability and you want to like up it, then you can do it for, I think you can have it through the day from what I'm getting on that. So then you can just basically like buff and have your dream or hypercram rating instead of like a 1 dot thing. You could, if you had it, you could up it. But if you don't have it, you just get it for that single uninterrupted task.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm overriding that part just until Heather comes back at the very least.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But it is
Regardless,
once
sir.
per day, so that means tomorrow I can use it again if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
I think as long as I sleep for 8 hours, I can do it again.
Nice.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, so you flip through the manual and you're like, "Oh, yeah, this is easy. Like I know how to do this now." You take control of the ship, and it's basically it was pretty much waiting for a pilot to fly it. So give me a what would it be? Like wits and helmsman, or if you have an
I
argument for
would
something
love
else, give that to me.
wits. Does my one step
Cool.
ahead specialty count?
Yes, it does.
Excellent. Finally get to use wits. We don't use it very often and stuff. We're mainly
true,
int,
yeah.
int people here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, what was
my
the
wits is
difficulty?
low.
Was it 6?
Yes.
Okay. Six successes.
Amazing. Yeah, you seem to have this innate talent with guiding this ship through all of these spheres, and you put the engines up a bit higher so that you're actually moving a bit faster. Not too fast, because you want to have that maneuverability and that the ability to kind of move around all these things and not hit them, and also you don't want to stress the engines too hard because they're pulling those other pods. And give me, actually, all of you can give me a perception and awareness check. The other option is if you want to do, weirdly, a perception and science check.
Oh. Does it matter?
I would love to use a
Awareness.
perception in science.
Does it matter what our specialty in science is?
Let me, or
Yeah, that's true. I have
what is
computer
your
engineering.
specialty in science?
Psychology.
And computer engineering for me.
Right. You can both still use it if you want. Nolan, you'll be at difficulty 7, and
Take it.
and
I shouldn't have taken it.
Tegan will be at difficulty of 5.
Okay.
And then if it's alertness, it's difficulty 6. So, or if it's awareness, I mean, it's difficulty 6.
If I'd taken awareness, I would have had.
Does
4
my
successes instead of
specialty
1.
apply for?
No, it does not.
Cat. I rolled so many 10s. I'm so sad. I rolled 3 10s
Fair.
on that, so that is very sad.
Yeah. It's the difference between hard and soft science is what I was going for there.
That's fair. That's still 5 successes.
Nice.
3 of those were 10. 3 were those.
Oh, yeah.
4 for me.
Nice.
And I did
And-
awareness.
Okay, and Kelly?
1.
Okay. Nolan doesn't really notice this, but the other 2 of you, something feels wrong with how the ship is moving. Because it feels like you're moving forward and you can see spheres passing by, but nothing seems to be getting closer. And everything
What?
feels very slowed down.
We're doing great.
And I need everybody to give me a dexterity and athletics check.
We're doing great.
Oh no!
Difficulty of 7 because you're not expecting this.
Difficulty of 7.
Yep.
Flat fail thanks to 1s.
Botch.
Oh no.
That is my first botch.
Oh no.
I rolled a bunch
3.
of 5s and a 1. So, Jen, does it look something like this?
Sort of, yeah. It's more that suddenly there's this energy that flares up into the ship, and Tegan, you feel that and immediately like plant yourself because you're like, something's happening.
Grab on to the
Yeah,
ship.
you grab onto stuff. Your cybernetic arm is probably what is holding you like in place.
Just like that reflex,
Yeah.
just like
Because the G's hit you as Sophia, you fly backwards from the console and like hit a wall. I'm not going to give you any damage for it. Actually, no, you botched. So yeah, you're going to take.
I was going to say, knock me unconscious if you need to for a short period. Like, go for it. I fucking
actually only gonna
botched for the
take-
first time.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is the first time this game you've botched?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Most of the time, I just roll badly and under the number. I generally
Yeah.
don't roll like many
One.
ones at all.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, in honor of your first botch, you're only going to take 2 points of bashing, but they are to your head, so you do smack your head and you will go unconscious for a short period of time. Nolan, you're just flung across and you don't take any damage because you kind of catch yourself as the ship like you know how in the space shows you see a ship hit warp speed? This ship just hit warp speed, and the light kind of shines around the front of the ship as the energy just slides off of it, and you feel this, Tegan and Sophia specifically, you feel this stretching sensation, and you realize all of that was inside of a black hole as you shoot out of it. And we're going to take a quick break while we...
I feel like a quick visual here is that Sophia's at the console, flies backwards, hits the wall, and just limp.
Yeah.
Drops from that. It's like the full arm stretched out type.
Yeah.
Oh, balls.
Flying backwards.
Heather!
And we'll take a quick break and be back in a few minutes.
Hey.
Hi, welcome back. There's Nolan has no eyes.
I was saying,
feel like
no one
Mitch
put his wig
Hedberg.
on backwards.
No, it's all right.
No, I think it's just not swept out of his face.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
I took it off
His
because I
hair's
had to
always-
take my... Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to take my headphones off, and they're hard to put back on with a wig. So
You think? You think?
Uh-huh.
You think?
occasionally.
Yeah, I know.
I occasionally
know.
think. And then I had to fight my dog.
It's-
Mm-hmm. But yeah, how y'all doing? You
We're fine.
enjoying game?
Yeah, we're just going through a
It's,
wormhole. It's fine.
Just going through a
Fine.
wormhole.
Well, apparently
Just-
we've experienced a black hole.
Mhm.
Or at least this
And
world's version of a black hole. However, black holes work.
And
I'm not a physicist.
We have had a nice moral dilemma about the value of lives versus their alignment. It's very very intriguing.
It's good.
I
good
figure there's a
time.
certain level of like, no,
1 second.
Kelly, that was Charlie just thumping down.
Okay.
On the floor. I figure there's a certain level of just like being in the technocracy means you're pretty much brainwashed and conditioned into like believing the things they believe.
Oh, yeah.
There's not a ton of free will to think otherwise.
No, I justified it for Tegan. It's the fact that they've gone through basically like a trauma event that is, I think, survival instincts of that have kind of like leaked through, and the fact that they're so out of touch with the technocracy right now that Tegan's kind of like, I'm feeling more human, especially after her seeking or enlightenment.
Hey, it's like you've discovered the theme of the game.
Yeah,
Is it character development?
Maybe.
maybe.
It's, as you experience all of this weird shit, do you stick with the technocracy or not? And that's a choice that you get to make at some point.
Trauma
you wish.
bond.
I'm like,
Mhm.
Sophia's not quite gotten there because I mean she hasn't experienced some of the stuff that you guys have.
It's true.
She stayed on the ship for stuff. So I think she's
Yeah, Tegan talked to an entity.
she's not had
Godfather.
enough happen yet to really kind of go, these are the guys I have to clean up their shit all the fucking time. They're the reason I have a job and they're so irritating.
See, yep. I think it's like, yep, there's that irritation, and then it's just like they've also just been in torture for the past 30 years. It's like,
It's probably not great.
probably not great. Probably
not
that's.
great.
I don't think anyone's worth that. I don't think any life is worth that kind of endurement of torture. It's like, yep. I think that's how
Yeah.
Tegan justifies
I think Sophia
not
would be
thinking
kind of
for
like
the technocracy.
well, you know what? That's a pretty harsh like punishment. We should just kill them to be sure they can't get out.
Fair.
Because what they'll do would be just as bad in the long run, because then I have to deal with them again. And That sort of thing is not fun.
Yeah.
Because it's like the crazy mind of what's his name, Del Toro, in real life. Instead of on the TV screen.
To explain the kind of line of thinking here, this doesn't spoil anything because I gave you most of this information in game. But NULL is one of the constructs of the like meta plot of Mage. And yeah, they did totally put people in prison spheres and launch them into deep space. They did not anticipate a bunch of them floating out near the Copernicus research station and falling into a black hole. So that they didn't expect.
Nobody ever expects
that
the
was
black
one of
hole.
those. That's one of those oopsie moments for them. They're like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
we did not mean
Yeah.
to do that."
But yeah, the sphere will sustain life and basically there's very little on the actual like spheres themselves, but it basically said something like if like they'll sustain life forever, and they're basically like you're kind of suspended in time in there, but you have everything your body needs except mental like stimulation.
Just one
And
guy. The people that we saved are just inside maintaining sanity by screaming, "I'm Henry the Eighth. I am Henry the Eighth. I am. I am. I've been married to the widow next door."
And the and yeah, so basically most of them come to a point of this is either my life for eternity or I tell the sphere to stop sustaining my life. Like that's what it comes down to.
That is rough.
That's
That is so rough. Like how?
that sounds like working retail.
Like right. Like these are the two paragraphs that I read, which the first one is the most horrible Umbra ships, however, are the prison spheres of NULL B. Rebellious technomancers have been sealed from time to time in solitary confinement spheres, which are then sent off into infinity. The fate of eternal confinement and loneliness is worse than any execution the ruling triumvirate could devise. Ethernauts occasionally pick up such spheres on their journeys. The inhabitants have been, without exception, quite mad. And then NULL does not tolerate rebellious workers or rebellious mages, so over the years it has built about a dozen deep umbral prison spheres. I extrapolated. Large ball-shaped ships covered with horizon fields and sealed shut. The ships are built to sustain life indefinitely by collecting quintessence from the deep umbra, but they have no propulsion systems and simply drift about. Anyone who rebels is placed in one of these ships and cast out into the deep umbra. The person has all of the conveniences needed to live, but no company. A prisoner must constantly monitor the device or die. Some prisoners have chosen death over lifelong imprisonment, while others have had their souls eaten by powerful Nefandi.
As you do.
Also a good time. Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
The darkness of the technocracy. But yeah, so yeah, I'm having fun, and I hope you all are having fun.
Oh, this is great. I love a good like
a good moral dilemma.
Yeah, it's a good like brain puzzle, and I think it encourages a lot of like role play between everyone, which is great.
Yeah, no, there was the part of me I didn't have much planned for before the button was pushed. But I was like, you know what? They're gonna take it. It's fine.
Yep.
I
was just enjoying you watch at some points and then in the chat being like, I love how it goes from hilarious to serious so fast.
Right.
It's just like, oh yeah, death and murder and torture. Huh, look at this. This is funny. Balls.
Yeah, I also had the thought of when you were all making guesses about what these might be and like, are they eggs or whatever? And I'm like,
they are now.
like, you're weirdly close on a few of these, and then Robin asking about like, does the Technocracy have any? Oh yes, why yes, in fact.
Yeah, all of a sudden I realized, I'm like, wait, you gave me that tasty tidbit about that they're associated with a 7-digit code. I'm like, that's either like a serial number, experiment number. Like, there's some there. That's
There's
important.
something.
That's
Yep.
an important coding system that they may have a purpose.
Right, maybe.
Yeah, I
But-
think Tegan would have gone that faster than Robin did, but Robin's at the helm, driving Tegan. So
Yeah, and you were the first one to do scans, and I wanted to see if anybody else would do other scans.
well, I was curious to see what like people could go along to and see what else we got, and then it was just like
Mhm.
we're kind of spinning our wheels. I'm like, wait, what did I learn again? Look at my notes. Oh yeah, didn't follow up on that.
Yeah, basically the only things you missed, because I had, depending on what sphere somebody chose, you could have gotten from like a life scan that there's life there, right? Like there's that. Prime, you could have seen them like
The
leeching quintessence out
quintessence,
of the space.
Forces I botched on, so or
Forces,
failed.
You weren't going to get anything on that anyway, so that was actually
Okay, good. That's a good one to not get right then. Cool.
Yeah. And it would kind of depend on what you were looking for. You might have gotten heat signatures, and that's about it. Matter, I mean, you did that. There
Spirit
wasn't
and
much to
time.
get there. Yeah, dimensional science, you would have gotten that they have like an anthropic field around them, which is effectively a bit of a gauntlet. I wasn't using it as per like gauntlet rules, but it keeps it all together and enforced, and so that it isn't torn apart by space, right?
Yeah.
And then time, that they're suspended in time. There's a time effect happening in there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting. Very well thought out of for that, being able to be like, what are they gonna use?
Right. I was like, I gotta know what comes off of these spheres, or else I'm creating it out of the middle of nothing.
Thin
Like,
air. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah. So I hope chat is doing well. And what do you say we find out what just happened and where you are?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
fine.
find out.
Everything is fine.
We're two party members now. Down now, Nolan.
Oh yeah, because Sophia got bonked.
Sophia's bonked.
I will say,
cartoon beating around her head.
Yeah. Yeah, Sophia can be like brought around by a little bit of shaking, smelling salts, that sort of thing. Like, she's not at incapacitated.
Yeah.
She just took a real hard bonk on the temple. Bonk, bonk.
Oh no, not the bonk. All right, ready to go back when you are.
Great. Welcome back to Zero Sum. As the ship travels and jumps, warps, whatever you want to call it, out of this darkness that reminded you a lot of when you first hit space. There's more there than when you first came to space, but there wasn't much else. You didn't see any stars. You see stars now.
At least Sophia does.
As you come out and the ship slows down and returns to a kind of idle in what looks way more like normal space than you've seen actually for a while now. And actually give the two of you who are up, give me perception and alertness checks, please.
Oh,
Difficulty
boy.
6.
What is with all the ones tonight, Dice? That's just
Right, I know. Difficulty 6, eh?
Does astute matter?
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, 5 successes.
2 successes. It would have been 3 except for 1!
Tegan, you realize what's happened to Sophia and that she has not gotten back up and she's kind of limply crumpled on the floor. Nolan, you notice that, but then your attention is grabbed by the fact that out in front of the ship, you can see several of those floating spheres.
Okay.
And one of them, at least one of them, seems to have a crack in it.
Uh-oh.
Sophia. Tegan's gonna run to Sophia and she's going to turn the dial way down on her finger guns and just give Sophia a little zip to wake up.
Yeah.
Ah!
So Tegan does not have smelling salts and think shaking would do
Nope,
just
that works
as much.
perfectly. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. It just works.
Perfect. Zip, wake up.
We've got a
You
problem
okay?
over here. One of the pods broke.
Yeah, Sophia, you have a headache.
Wait,
It's cracked.
And then you see one of them begin to part as it not so much opens, but a hole appears. And someone starts to climb out.
oh boy. Sophia, hope you're doing okay. We might have to deal with an insane reality deviant.
We're fine. Everything's
So
fine.
it's the consequences of your actions, huh?
Hey, none of that.
No, those weren't one of the ones that we took. Those were one of the ones that just was in front of the ship. Maybe. I don't
little
know.
bit of both.
Maybe both.
Oh.
2 more start to show holes and open.
Oh.
Are they attached to us?
All right, hold on.
Can
Let
we
me just...
outrun them? Didn't we just hit warp? Isn't that what just threw me against the bulkhead?
Yeah, I hope Heather's okay. And she's not exploded.
Probably not. I mean, the ship's not exploded. She's probably
All
not
right.
exploded. Are they stuck to us? Or can we outrun them?
Just give me a second. Yo. I'm gonna use telepathy. Oh, damn.
No,
Amazing.
just yo.
Yo. It was a
What-
super serious look for me.
that's
Yeah.
2 10s at least to use telepathy.
Okay, yeah. Are you targeting one in particular?
Nope, I don't need to because I've got mine 4.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, the 3 who have climbed out all turn like they're looking around.
Don't resist. You're being
And-
rescued. You hear inside. They'll hear inside of their head.
Wait. So they're outside the ship. In space, crawling out.
Uh-huh.
Great.
Crawling out, they seem fine.
Great.
They don't believe in space.
Perfect.
They didn't watch PBS, okay?
And let's see here.
So Nolan's gonna lean on the blast shield and just go like this.
Please tell me one of the mages does that through the blast shield too.
2 of them who seem to be moving in sync with each other. They both kind of emerged from their little spheres and did the kind of like mirror mime sort of hands against each other thing, and then turned when Nolan was when Nolan used telepathy, and they both just float over and like they're next to each other, and they just both put their hands up against your hand on the window.
Hey, how's it going? Look, this might look kind of weird, because it is, but don't worry. You are fine. Comparatively to where you were 10 minutes ago. We hadn't intended to open the pods yet for your safety. But, hi, my name's Nolan. I'm a doctor. How can I help?
They just both stare at you through the window.
So, just to clarify, are these the ones from our ship, or are these random?
Would you like to check?
I would like to check.
They're
Tegan would
random
like
equinox.
to check. They're random equinox.
A
Yeah.
random equinox. Damn it,
Yes,
random.
Tegan would like to check. Tegan would like to
Is
You
check.
can
Any
absolutely check.
chance we can wake up from this horror movie at any point?
I think not until we complete the game.
Yeah, Tegan can check. It's actually a very I'm not even going to make you roll for it because you can just pull up the computers, and you check on basically the energy signatures, and you're like, there's still 3 attached to you.
Okay. Tegan is going to start programming into the computer again to do a very similar thing what they did with the zombies, where she activates electricity on the outside. She's getting that prepped
Okay.
to blast them if they do anything crazy.
Cool.
Nolan,
I will say
these are not
also-
our pods.
You also get from the pods in the back that they have not opened. So, however, a 4th one does kind of float into view, and that one, someone just punches a hole through, climbs out. They're completely naked, and they just start giggling madly, and they like run like they're on a surface, but they're in the middle of space. Run away from your ship. Just reach up, tear a hole, and you can see something on the other side, and they jump through and close the hole behind them.
I'm gonna say that's not our fault. That's probably not our fault, right?
I don't want to know.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that.
That was some real Bugs Bunny shit right there.
Yeah.
You know what? Not
The
our
two
circus, not our
at
monkeys.
the window seem to just be staring, like interested, like almost like you're in a fishbowl, and they're like, and their movements perfectly mirror each other.
Oh, they found friends.
Yeah, that's not concerning or creepy at all. Shining twins over there. If they ask us to play with them, I'm blasting them.
Nolan will hear, kind of in response to his telepathy, a hello, which is both of their voices combined together and spoken as one, but in your mind.
Crap. They're a Gestalt mind. That's not good. Uh-oh. They're codependent.
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Well, they're kind of fused. They're codependent.
Oh.
The
That's not good.
other
Okay,
person
good.
who had kind of come out of their sphere is this woman who has long black hair, and she looks, I'm gonna say, fairly English in origin, like kind of white European, basically, and but with super long black hair, and she's just like stretching as she emerges, and she turns in and faces the ship, and Nolan, you specifically can just see her face light up, like, oh, and she starts to float over.
I have to say, you're keeping this remarkably calm. I know it's been a difficult transition period for you. But remember, as we're together in this, we can work on the healing process.
Are you doing anything specific with that, or just
No!
trying to keep them all calm?
Just trying
Okay.
to keep them all calm. Can I make a charisma and empathy roll?
Yes, you can.
All right. What's my difficulty? Oh no, can it be manipulation of empathy? Manipulation. I have emotional appeals.
Okay, there you go. Man,
What?
what are you trying to get out of this?
I just want them to stay calm and not tear our ship apart, basically.
Okay, difficulty 6.
Okay, one sec.
And yeah, Tegan's gonna prepare her arc.
Yep.
Route
character arc?
to yeah, my character arc and my arc of the Noah variety to discharge energy from the ship outside to them if they get a little feisty. I want to
said
zap
6?
them.
9.
Fantastic.
Don't worry,
yeah,
you're going
the-
to be fine.
The twins in front of you, which is how I'm going to refer to them, because even though they don't look identical, they are acting completely, perfectly in mirror sync. And yeah, that's a great roll.
Milli Vanilli.
So many
right here.
successes.
So many successes.
They're super calm. They seem very interested in you. And will much like if they're the fish in the fish bowl and you're outside kind of holding your finger and they're following wherever you go, they are super fascinated with you.
Okay.
The other woman approaching the ship doesn't seem particularly hostile. Or at the very least, she does not appear to be taking hostile action, and she does not appear angry or as mad as you might expect.
All right, we're doing good.
Does anybody do anything?
Help! 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 I got it under control, but help!
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to kill them? Are we killing them?
Don't just Sophia, fly us away from there.
Okay. Sophia will try and fly us away.
Okay. What we're gonna do is I need you to roll me initiative, just Sophia. Because I just want to see whether this goes off first.
$17.
Oh, damn!
I rolled a
What?
10.
Our rolls to this episode are pretty good.
Wait, do 10s explode automatically on initiative, or do you need something to do that?
Yeah, especially.
You need a
You need a specialty.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Does wits one step ahead work?
Normally, yes. If you want to roll it, fine. You've already beaten her, so
Okay.
so we're good there.
As long as I'm GTFOing.
Are you, like, essentially, we're gonna say hitting the thrusters to just like zoom, or are you?
I feel like abrupt
Moving.
zoom might, knock them off, which is kind of my goal. Because
Okay.
most of my weapons aren't very good to be used in the ship.
Fair.
My taser's about the only thing I can use.
Cool. Then she's gonna make.
And I don't know that I could take 2 at once with that.
Ooh. Okay, give me a wits and helmsman roll. One step ahead will apply.
What's the difficulty?
6. Nice. That almost beat my 5 successes for her to grab on as the ship's flying past.
Damn it.
But we'll get to her in a second, because I also should roll for the twins actually.
Touch wins.
But their roll is slightly different. Their roll is nope, they did not do well. As you kind of shoot forward, I'm assuming you give a little bit of a heads up to Nolan and Sophia so they can brace, so they don't get flung, and Tegan, so that they don't get flung.
Basically, the amount of the heads up is going now.
Yep.
As she pushes.
Fair.
She doesn't want to give them that are watching us any notice.
That is fair. In which case, Tegan and Nolan give me a Dex and Athletics check just to stay standing.
They
Tegan-
honestly should have braced the moment Sophia walked towards the console.
Oh damn! I actually
I'm
did
gonna
it for
say
a change.
Tegan probably did, and that's why Tegan's difficulty is gonna be like 5, or actually, 4. Your difficulty is gonna be 4. Nolan's is gonna be 6 though.
I got 2 9s.
Cool.
6 successes.
Yeah, Tegan, you're like, I know what's coming. I'm just gonna.
I know what's coming. Tegan's honestly getting ready to discharge the electricity, just in case we do get any stragglers on.
And Nolan, you're fine as well. And the twins, because they're right at the window, they feel the ship kind of push against them. They grab each other's hands, and then are just ripped apart as they like fly around the sides of the ship. As the ship goes, they failed that roll. Nolan, you hear, you don't hear anything actually from them. Like, no screams, no nothing, just silence.
Punch it.
And as you fly quickly, Tegan, you know that the spheres you had pulled are still where they were. You've prepped this arc effect, and on the side of the ship, and you know this because you can see it happening as a hand moves through the metal of the ship as it's gripped on, and then
Well, that's not good.
and then
What's not
this
good?
woman melds through the side of the ship.
We got company.
And I would like an initiative roll, please.
Yes. Oh boy.
Welp.
Oh, that's not great.
Roll something.
That's going to be a 9, actually. That's better than I thought it was going to be.
That's better than me. I rolled a 2 on the die, so that's a good old 8. I got 8, 9,
For
10.
me.
Nice.
Nice. And then
I'm
Where's
gonna
this
be right
hair?
back. I'm gonna
Where's
go
this
grab my
hair?
Technocracy book because I cannot
Oh,
find
yeah.
my online PDF.
Oops. I know how numbers work. That's totally how numbers work. And then okay, cool. So this woman just melds effortlessly through the metal of the ship. It's not exposing you to the elements or whatever. It's like she's just rearranged the atoms so that she can push through. And anyone with the matter sphere can recognize, that's probably very high levels of matter. And she her turn is first. She kind of stands up after doing that and just looks around and goes, "Thank you for returning my ship." And Sophia, it's your turn. You guys don't have to fight, but I wanted the initiative to make sure we had things in order here. But it's up to you.
Can I use witch to figure out a good way to react?
Absolutely you can. Do you want, like, actually I don't know if you have empathy, but I was gonna say wits and empathy, or
I do not
Wits
have
and-
empathy.
do you have leadership, or
You act like I have much in the way of talents.
okay,
I
fair.
think you're talented.
Trying to think what might be good to figure
Yeah.
out what the hell to do.
Yeah, pitch me
here.
something. Pitch me something.
Um,
Survival?
Yeah, you know what? I got that.
Cool.
I was saying
Yeah.
etiquette.
Etiquette.
Where's
Wits and something that
I do not
that
have
makes
etiquette
sense.
either.
Cool.
Sophia's a
Wits and
blunt
survival
weapon.
works. Yeah.
An intelligent
Wits and
blunt weapon.
survival. Your one step ahead will apply.
Yes.
Difficulty 6, please.
Two successes.
Excellent.
I think my
This
goal
could
is how to
go-
figure out how to get us home.
Yeah.
And not dead. And also not
Yeah.
thralled or something like that.
So, you quickly read this situation, and there are a couple of options here. You think that if you let her handle the ship in any way, you've lost. If she's calling this her ship, there's a chance that that you're not getting it back after if she takes it. But she's also not actively hostile, and based on the conversations about who might be in those spheres, you can either see if this person has any sort of information that could be useful, so you could try and talk to her, You could try and negotiate with her, which may or may not work depending on how insane she is after being locked away for who knows how long, at least 30 years, or at least 20 years, I should say. 25 years at least. I'm like, wait, what year is it? Right. This game's still in 2023 because you haven't been gone that long. So you could negotiate, you could just try and fight and just boot her off the ship or do whatever you have to do to get out of here. But you think that if she takes control in any way, it's going to be much harder to get home safe.
Decisions.
Yep.
Trying to figure out what Sophia would decide on is very difficult. Because she just basically phased through the hull of the ship?
Yes.
Huh. Can Sophia essentially hold her action for if there's any threatening moves or attempt to take control of the ship to then tase her?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay. I'm gonna let the others make a choice first.
Fair enough.
Coward! Coward!
Sophia's like, I don't know that I can kill her, but I'm also not that good at negotiating.
Nolan, you're up. Sophia's just kind of stopped, and actually Sophia's still flying the ship, so you're still like, the ship is moving.
Oh, this is your ship. Wow. I mean, they made a lot of ships like that, and you look tired. You look real tired. You should probably take a nap. I'm gonna empathically project unconsciousness.
Okay. Cool.
It will probably be difficulty of her willpower, which could be awful for me. Let's see, she survived 30 years in a pod. I'm assuming she has better than willpower 5.
She does. She has willpower 9.
Oh, that's it? Okay, cool. I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Yeah. Cool. Yep.
3 successes.
Jesus. Wow.
So, yo.
Yo, girl.
Yo, girl.
Why don't you sleep a little bit?
Why don't you sleep on it? So I don't know if that's enough to completely knock her out, but that's definitely enough to slow her down a bit.
Yeah, she wavers. She takes a kind of stumbling step forward, blinks heavily, and before Tegan gets Tegan's turn,
Oh, no.
and I apologize for this, I need you all to make an Arete check. Roll your Arete.
No!
Difficulty 6.
Do ones take away on this one?
Yes?
Okay,
Yes.
2.
2.
Christine's like 94.
Yeah.
I'll say ones take away, but 10s do explode for
It was difficulty
either side.
6, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 10s explode? Awesome.
Yeah.
4.
Here we go.
Oh, cool. Kelly, if you can put up that one image with the like couch bit,
Yeah.
can you change our background to that, please? As she kind of steps forward and stumbles, this kind of pulsing wave comes out from her, and the scenery changes around you to this kind of steampunk-esque version of this ship. Now, despite what the rules say where you'd all be sucked into the quiet with her, she's on the verge of unconsciousness. So
Can I
the
treat this as an
scenery-
attack and use my whole held action to taser?
You can absolutely, yep.
Because I think this is maybe something that Sophia would recognize from guidelines that she's learned.
If reality
and what-
warps, tase them.
You are suddenly very aware that this is a marauder.
All right.
I'll just throw my book and not have a turn.
prejudice. So this is the pause taser that's supposed to work on werewolves and other transdimensional creatures.
Yep.
So how do I do this one again?
This
This would probably be
probably
Dex because it's aiming.
it's probably like dex and firearms, basically.
Okay.
And actually, because it's your pause taser, it's probably why you have a specialty in energy weapons.
That, and I also had the pen.
Yeah.
At one point too, so I use that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But you've also given me the big fuck off gun too,
This is true. I have.
the big Smolnir.
Mm-hmm.
But I will, in the meantime, use the pause taser, so then we can then argue about killing her afterwards.
Pause.
Fair.
Okay. Dex and firearms. Difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
Well, thank goodness. There's all my 10s.
I told you your dice were just saving them for later.
Thank God.
Yeah, Tegan's not
Okay.
gonna get to use my never good to use my finger guns.
Well, you could
You
use
were
them
gonna
after we
finger
kill
blast her?
her.
Yeah.
Like, I'll knock her out, and then we'll just take turns killing her. Because you don't leave a marauder alive.
Fair.
That's 6.
Cool. Da, da, da. Actually, Robin, if you had the Technocracy book still with you, you could look up the pause taser for me.
Okay, 1 sec.
You threw it away.
I did throw it away.
One sec,
I threw it
one sec.
dramatically away.
There it is. In our chat.
Thank you. Okay.
I have that. So I have my gear in a document. I just don't have my backgrounds in a
Mhm.
document.
Fair. Okay, so it's just okay. Actually,
Like you're missing half of that.
Yeah, Robin. See,
Yeah,
if
1
there's-
second. Cut off half my thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it's probably. I think what I did with the hit mark when you were fighting him was electricity damage.
That
Okay,
should be
and
the
Mage
rest of it.
20 page. That's the pages I needed. It was 438, 439, and M20, which is at my feet. Yay, rules. 428. Or 438. I can read. There we go. Okie dokie. The electrocution chart that is not on this page. That's helpful. It's probably on the actual combat pages rather than where it was just a couple of paragraphs about electrocution. And it's like, and the electrocution chart tells you. I'm like, thanks. It's health levels per turn. Not really clear about what level of electrocution it is, so that's helpful. I think I did it at like 4 because that's like electric fence levels of which is disabling to humans but not instantly killing them like a junction box. Right?
Fair.
Yeah, okay. So it's 4 levels of bashing damage per. No, I just said 4 levels per turn. I think it was lethal. So we'll say it's 4 levels of lethal per turn. So, because it's basically 2 turns and she'll be pretty much dead. If you keep shocking her with this. But it goes off once at least, which hits her real hard.
I'm hoping that in conjunction with whatever was already happening to her, that she'll pass out.
Yeah. Well, it's Tegan's turn. Tegan does get a turn.
Oh, nice. Tegan's just gonna finger blast her.
Do it.
Excellent.
Pew
Do the thing.
pew, motherfuckers. Dex and firearms. Does hand eye apply for this?
Yes, it does.
Perfecto. What's my difficulty? 6?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, that subtracts that away. Okay, all right. 4 successes, and it's
Nice.
dealt via the Forces 2 procedure.
Excellent. Oh, excuse me. Is that lethal then?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. That would be
Okay, Forces 2. Let's refresh that.
Yeah. Sophia, you hit her with the taser as she kind of stumbles forward, and it causes her body to seize up so that Tegan can shoot her fairly easily. Give me a perception and alertness check, both of you. Actually, Nolan too, for that matter.
Perception and alertness.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
7 unless you have the forces sphere, in which case it will be 5.
Does astute count?
Nice.
Astute will count though.
Oh,
You
okay,
took
hold
me
on.
from 1 to 3 successes because of Forces, so 3.
Nice.
4 successes. 5 successes.
Nice.
Also 4.
Robin, I forgot to, because I was focused on the electricity part of that, I forgot to tell you to roll damage if you have to roll damage. or
Oh,
if it-
Right, yes,
Done, so.
yes. I forget what the system is for using Forces 2, what that adds. I forget, but
it adds a
what-
level of lethal. Or a level of
Oh,
ag.
right.
Level
Yeah.
of... No, it's an extra level. It's just an extra level.
Yeah, I'm forgetting how to roll damage. I'm sorry. I got 4 successes, so
So it's 3 successes plus whatever the guns are, or three dice plus whatever.
say that. For
Does
the
it-
finger
it's
guns,
just like, yeah.
it
So
doesn't say what they add to that, so I'm guessing just 3 successes. So then,
yeah, roll me like 4 dice, and then we'll add a
okay.
damage on at the end, just to bullshit it. It's fine.
Okay.
It's been a while since you used them.
It has. That is only 1 success. I rolled a 10, thankfully, but the other ones were 4, 4, and 5, and I'm like, you tease.
Cool,
of
cool. But yeah, okay. So then, all of you notice that while Tegan's attack seemed to... Actually, no. No, right, because it's based in forces. I've got to remember that. Neither attack seemed to do as much damage as you would expect it to. In fact, it seems she might be absorbing some of it.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, no elemental forces on her. Great.
It is her turn, and she's going to try and resist this feeling of exhaustion and unconsciousness that she's felt come over her. By spending willpower to just try and shake that off. She can only shake it off for a short bit, but oh, ow, oh, she'll look down at the taser, like threads in her. Oh, I really wish you hadn't done that. And she is going to shoot lightning back at you, Sophia. Or is going to attempt to. We're going to find out if it works.
Just a reminder, I have 4 armor from my black
Yep.
suit.
Yep. Ooh, boy. My dice like hurting you guys. That is 4 successes to hit. But the lightning is going to be absorbed by your armor. So you get hit, you feel the hit, but the armor has protected you. So you don't get shocked. And it's your turn.
Okay. I want to punch her in the face with a prime fist.
Oof.
Yeah, you do. Punch her in the face. Give me your enlightenment roll to...
Or a knife. A knife works.
Or that. Yeah.
I've got melee, so yeah, that's not unarmed, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's not brawl.
Melee
Don't have
instead of
brawl. Let's do melee.
yeah.
It's a knife. I'll pull a knife.
Yeah, you pull a knife.
Punch her with a prime
You go to
knife.
stab her. Cool, yeah.
Okay. What was the difficulty for the Rattray roll?
5?
Okay.
Actually, no, 4. 4. It's 4, sorry.
Sweet.
Math.
Well, that's even better. 6.
Nice. Yeah, you... Jesus.
I exploded a 10 3 times. Sorry.
You have a brightly glowing knife now. Like, it's almost like it's been superheated
Strength
in
and
like... Yeah.
difficulty?
Let's see, she's still technically, I'm gonna see if she moves. What are these 10s? I mean, she can't explode them, but, yeah, difficulty 6.
Okay.
Stabby stab.
6.
Oof. Yeah, that'll hurt her. You get...
I had a lot of 8s and 6s.
Yeah, so that's a big stab. Oh man. That's gonna be 4 plus the knife, which is what, plus 1, 2, can't remember.
Next one.
Plus 1? Okay.
And this is the
5.
big knife.
Yeah. Yeah, give me roll strength plus 5 for damage and difficulty 6.
Okay.
5.
Okay. That is... Sophia, you surge forward and bury this knife into her heart, and you can feel through the knife her heart explode inside of her.
It's never done that before.
And she falls to the ground, dead. And you can change the image back, Kelly, where the background, as it recedes, as her body slumps to the ground.
All right, let's space the Marauder's body.
That was awful. Are you okay? You guys, are you
Yeah.
okay? You got blasted pretty hard.
Yeah, no, I think the armor took it.
You gotta love silk steel.
Whew, that was close. All right,
All right.
looks like it's back to normal.
Where the hell is Heather?
I don't know.
What do you do with the body?
Quickly search it and then space it. Unless anybody else comes up with a better or conflicting want.
You search the body. She doesn't have a lot with her. But you do come across a couple of tattoos that she has. One of which is a 7-digit number across her wrist, as well as just a couple of tattoos you'd think anyone might get. But other than the clothes on her back, she doesn't have anything.
We're definitely the bad guys. The bad guys always tattoo numbers on people.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah.
You collect the body and go take it to a place where you can send it out into space. What do you do then?
I think try and
fucking find Heather.
make sure she's not
Dead.
bleeding out from being knocked around with the ship. Or that one of those things hasn't like climbed inside where she is. That we just didn't
Fair.
see.
Fair. You head down to where the device is, and you find Heather unconscious next to her tablet. The device humming happily. She's surrounded by packets of space food, protein bars, some cups from, like, some Pyrex glass from the lab, Sophia. Seems like she might have taken a few of those. And a bunch of the pattern spider webbing, and the little pattern spider is kind of just standing next to her. But no marauders, as far as you can tell.
All right. So she looks alive.
She's breathing. It's a calm, steady breathing. She's not, doesn't seem to be bleeding anywhere, and hasn't actually, you can't see any physical damage, so.
So she looks asleep.
Almost, yeah.
I guess I'll pick her up and put her in her bunk.
She kind of makes a noise as you pick her up, but you can put her in her bunk.
I'll just check the normal things of like how fast is her heart rate and that sort of thing.
Yeah, give me a, like, wits and medicine just to quickly check all those things.
Difficulty?
6.
3.
Cool. Her breathing's a little shallow, but not dangerously so. Her heart rate's a little high, but not dangerously so. If she's asleep, she might be in, like, REM sleep and having some sort of active dream, but she doesn't seem to be in any danger.
Well, she's not screaming in her sleep, and she's not actively dying. I'm gonna leave her to it.
Well, that's good.
Fair.
Yeah.
So now what do we do?
Keep flying away from the black hole?
The ship is still flying straight at speed.
Oh, I'm supposed to be flying the ship. And Sophia's gonna dart back.
Cool.
Not my normal job.
Do we want to check if she has a concussion from bonking her head? I don't know if she should. I can fly the ship if you have a concussion, Sophia.
Oh, Sophia? Hold on one
What?
sec. Okay. I really need a haircut. Can you look right here? This is gonna be a little bright. I'm gonna just check her with medicine. And yes, I have a nurse's
go
pen
ahead.
light next to me, of course.
Yeah.
Intelligence and medicine, you say?
Yes, you can do that.
That's 110.
Yeah.
Pupils are dilating.
She doesn't have a concussion. She's a little banged up, but she's fine.
She's too tough to have a concussion.
Aw,
No one's too tough for a concussion. I do. Yeah, I'm saying I don't think she's immune to concussion.
Are
Nolan.
you saying that
Anyone
Sophia's
can get a
no one?
concussion.
Sophia is not just no one, Tegan.
Sophia is going to sidle away and go back to flying the ship currently.
Dodge that.
I think. They had a bonding moment there, I think, during all that what the fuck do we do? But Sophia's shyness is kicking back in again. And she's gonna be like, alright, that's enough. I'm gonna go do a thing.
You go back to the solitude, the happy solitude of the cockpit. And as you
Should
pass
we
through
let
the door,
Tegan know that Heather seems alive?
Mhm.
in the sleep. But there's web everywhere. And she has no idea what the hell Heather was doing to the warp core.
As you head in through the door of the cockpit, you glance for a moment down at the slight blood stain on the ground. You'd expect there to be more blood, but your knife seems to have cauterized the wound as it burned its way through her chest. And you look out the big windows, thankfully noticing that you're not on a collision course or anything. There's pretty much just space ahead. And you take up the controls again. What's Tegan up to?
Tegan is gonna start figuring out. She's probably gonna pull up the blueprints and power supplies and start figuring out how to get these balls into the ship rather than just hanging off the side willy-nilly. So Tegan's gonna start kind of going on the computer, running up simulations, and trying to figure out how to get these balls in the ship.
Okay. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. What's Nolan up to?
Nolan's gonna sit down for a bit and just go, today has sucked. How's everybody doing?
Huh? Sorry, I'm
How are
trying
you
to
doing?
figure out how to get these balls in our ship.
I guess just drag them for a while. We need to get home. How many more days do we have before we become space goop?
I mean, we're out of space goop, I think.
We're out of space goop? Like we ran out? I didn't know we were supposed to have
Well,
any.
no, I think we went out of the area that we dissolve in. Now we're just, I think, on a food rations.
Is that
supply.
the space goop we don't have?
I mean, that's probably the space goop we don't have soon. Especially having 3 more people potentially to take care of. I guess that's also another reason why it's a good idea to leave them in the balls, but I feel like we should try and get the balls in the ship so they don't get damaged outside of the ship if they're sustained on their life.
So what do we have to do? Just set course for home? Like...
I don't know. I want to know what Heather fucking did with the ship. Like,
Sophia, do we have, like, warp power right now? Did she fix something and bonk her head?
Well, we did.
So that means we probably do.
Maybe.
Okay, do we have a way to get home? Do we have a direction to aim at?
Sophia will look at Tegan.
can I?
I mean, I read the manual, but that's about it.
Can I have access to Wi-Fi or satellites or something with my DEI?
Yes, you can.
Ooh.
Just roll me a roll me an enlightenment check just to kind of like nudge in that direction.
Mm-hmm. 4
Difficulty
successes.
of like 4, yeah. So
Yeah. I figured if it was 6, I got
you got
4
lots, yeah.
successes. Yeah.
Yeah, you flip on Wi-Fi, which is very
Huh.
should you be able to get a Wi-Fi signal out here, you think? And then suddenly you feel this avalanche of emails. Like
no.
like a bunch of letters just crashing down inside your skull.
Oh no. Oh no.
And Tegan, momentarily your DEI is kind of speaking through you.
Yep.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Uh-oh. Just ICQ messages.
And we're gonna call game there.
We've got Wi-Fi!
We've
You
got
do have Wi-Fi.
Oh, I can
We're connected.
finally check my Tamagotchi.
You're getting closer to home, guys.
Oh my god.
We're getting
I'm
closer.
not sure if that's a good thing or not.
It's a great thing.
Yeah, who knows
Guess
at
we'll
this
see.
point? Are they expecting us to survive? That's the question.
The answer may
I
surprise.
guess you'll have to look at all those emails.
Yeah, oh
See
my
what's up.
goodness gracious. First hour of game is just Tegan IRL going through emails.
Jen
For
uses
real, I was
ChatGPT
going
to
to-
write you 100 emails.
I was gonna give that to Heather, but because she's not here and you specifically looked for Wi-Fi, you get
Yep.
it.
That's hilarious. That is really funny. That's perfect. I was like, wait, if we're getting somewhat closer to home and we have and we have warp, I'm like, I might be able to get stuff, and that way I can get a direction to go and figure out how
Right.
far we are. Google Maps will tell me I'm
Yeah.
800 light years away.
Yay!
Yeah.
You're only like 20, 21, 22 light years away. 21 light years away, something like that.
There we go.
That's all.
We're getting there.
Yeah, good game. Good game.
Yeah,
good
that was
GG.
great.
It was actually it was very good, Jen. Very good.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you all 6 XP. That's
Oh my god,
With-
almost
that's-
spend 6 XP.
that's the one from random as well as
Oh, that's in
I'll
there?
take a random.
that's included in
All
there.
right, I have 9 total XP. Oh boy.
12.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Here I go buying again.
Yay.
Oh, what can I buy with
Here I
12
go
XP?
What can I buy with 9 XP?
Huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, right. In all the excitement, I completely forgot one of the descriptions I was going to give the Marauder, but that's fine. It worked out in the end.
And
But it was
in-
directly related to that picture I was showing you guys earlier.
Mm.
I say directly related, but also not.
I'll
Chess.
wait to figure it out.
Yeah, that's fine.
February
Yeah.
4th. Boop, boop. Good job,
Good
Jen.
game. Thank you. I was very
Mhm.
excited for this one. I'm also kind of excited for the next one, which I'm going to spoil the title for you
What?
a little
Ooh.
bit. And it's called Black Box Kibo. So enjoy wondering what that means.
Ooh,
Is it safe for work?
Kibo. Yeah,
Kibo's
it's a black box, just like the plane. Oh, you're thinking that kind of box. I'm thinking the plain black box.
There's nothing plain about it.
I wonder.
Hey,
I
folks,
wonder.
Jen, thanks for running this game. And all of you who are watching live on Patreon, thank you so much. If you're watching later, thanks to you too. But hey, if you wanted to see this game, like at this point, like 6 months early, because I got really busy and didn't upload episode 5 for quite a while, you definitely want to go to our Patreon and sign up for the $5 tier, where you'll get easy access to all of the back episodes. Woo! Long night of getting shot at and mind troubles. But hey, you can join the likes of our amazing patrons, such as our divine producer, my mom. Hey, mom. Our demonic producers, which grow in scope. We need more heroes to combat them. And they would be Precarious, Shulton, and Kelowna Curd. We need more wizards of the Patreon, like Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, and Sorcerer Sanguine. And the High Council of the Patreon is always looking for some more people to round it out. That includes Taryn, Dustin, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, I always say Sorcerer Sanguine there, even though he's not there, because he leveled up once. Larouk, Mike Baxter, and Iridian. Thank you all so much for all of your support and for watching. Appreciate it. Can't explain how much I appreciate it. Back to you, Jen.
Yes. Thank you all. I super love running this game when everything clicks into place in my head, and it's great. I was saying during last night's panic that I spent like 2 or 3 hours in an ADHD chaos vortex and solved this game, which was great for me.
Isn't it great when that happens?
But yeah, we're kind of on the, like, this is kind of the crest of the hill of the game, and it's kind of downhill from here, whatever that means.
Concern, Jen. Concern.
It'll be fine.
Concern.
But the plan is to have this chronicle finished before Robin has to do harvest season again.
Oh, does that mean I have to convince someone else to run another game? Maybe.
Oh, it's current rating times 2 for abilities. Do I get
Yes.
computer 4 or entropy 2? That's the question.
I have
That's
entropy
the
4.
question.
You don't need entropy 2.
I think I'm going to wait until I'm less tired to decide how I'm spending
I
my
see that as how you do
16
it.
plus points.
That's fair. That's fair.
I might hold on to them for a while.
Mhm.
It's hard to decide.
Yeah. I will say that due to your time in the library, I'm like waiving the usual like training times for things and
Nice.
for spheres and stuff like that, right? Like that's specifically why I let you have that there.
Yeah, I think I made a fairly big purchase around then.
Yeah, you
Of
did.
stuff.
Well, I think that's why I got down to 3 XP. I think
Yeah.
that was a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, good night, everyone. Thanks so much for watching and being
You're
here.
all
Great game,
amazing.
Jen. Great game.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
Oh,
Good job
Good
to all of
dinner.
That was good. I enjoyed getting to shank a marauder with a prime knife.
I thought you might.
Prom knife.
I was looking at my sheet kind of going, what the fuck can I do to hurt this bitch? I have no gear. Oh, I've got 3 dots of prime though.
Right.
Imbue my fucking knife and shanker.
Shank. Shanks for
Yeah.
the memories.
Shanks. All right. So,
Shanks.
that's going to be it from us. Good night, everybody. Bye.